People are walking around using an ear stimulator. Does it fix the underlying problem? Let's take a look at this video by Bryan Johnson where he is using a stimulator to activate the vagus nerve to elicit a parasympathetic nervous system response.
Yes, it is true. I have been spending millions of dollars on Project Blueprint, and there's many things you can do at your house that are low cost. This is an HRV device, so heart rate variability. The way this works is there's an electrode. It goes on the tragus. So not the earlobe, this inner part of the ear right here on the left side. And then I turn it on and it begins electrically stimulating the vagus nerve. Now, the reason why I do this is trying to maintain myself in a calm and stable state at all times is really helpful for the body. It triggers all kinds of hormones and advanced aging biological processes. And so this therapy strengthens my parasympathetic nervous system, which is the one that's responsible for keeping me low-key, chill, and calm. And so you can either do this for 60 minutes in the morning or 60 minutes at night.
If you are familiar, yes, improved vagal tone is really helpful for a parasympathetic nervous response. And we know that lowered stress response, being in a parasympathetic dominant nervous system state, is just good all the way around, right? It reduces inflammation in our bodies. A high stress response is the most predictive contributor to premature death and disease. So being parasympathetic dominant is super important. So here's my reaction to this ear stimulator. And by the way, I did have a daughter who had a brain injury recovery, and we did things like this to help with her recovery. So I'm not at all saying that things like this aren't helpful. But for most people, the reason that they are not in a parasympathetic dominant state is because they have underlying drivers for the stress response. So for instance, the subconscious mind and these, established pathways that lead someone to live in a high mode of stress, high beta waves, being on constant alert, waiting for the next hard thing to happen, concerned about things. Oftentimes these people have been living in a state of high production, pleasing, and performing. So for instance, are there some hacks? There's lots of hacks online, right? I teach them to my clients to have in a pinch, to be able to, kind of have some things they can go to get out a state of anxiety. So you can move your eyes in different directions. You can use cold therapy. You can hum. You can count backwards. You can, deep breathing. You can stimulate your earlobe. You can do all of these things, right, to stimulate vagus nerve activation. But what we really want is good vagal tone, and we want to live in parasympathetic nervous system dominance. And for that to happen, we have to do much more than stimulate the vagus nerve. That is not the answer to it. And here's why. So let's say that someone has an underlying driver, underlying subconscious beliefs that I have to be perfect, or it's my job to fix everything, or it's not okay to relax, it's not safe to relax, or I have to always be doing something, or they haven't learned to be able to relax and be still because somewhere in their brain overachievement is linked to worth and worth to safety. Therefore, it doesn't feel okay to relax. I have many high achieving women that even when they go on a vacation or have time to themselves can't relax. Or let's say that someone early up, growing up in their childhood, didn't have any real help or attunement with someone that could really help them move through big emotions. So now as an adult, they move through life, hard things happen, right? And emotions come up. And instantly when those emotions come up, it fires a warning sign, danger, danger, and they need to shut it down. They need to hold it. The body holds the stress, and maybe they get busy with distraction or achievement or getting busy or fixing someone else's problems. So stimulating your vagus nerve isn't going to change any of that, right? It may help you in the moment, but if you don't have those good underlying templates for emotional regulation, and you have some core belief drivers that are going to be constantly putting you in a state of high alert, you're going to constantly spend your life trying to come down from a stress response. It's not what we want. What we want is to live in a state of calm. And then should the should the house be burning down or you be chased by a saber-toothed tiger or something bad happen, then that stress response gets activated to get you out of danger. We don't want to live in that state. People are walking around using an ear stimulator or putting their face in cold water, whatever. It's a coping strategy, and there's some positive benefits to it. Yes. Does it fix the underlying problem? In my opinion, absolutely not. I've been a complex trauma therapist for more than 25 years. I have an online program for women in Joyful and Present where we actually rewire the nervous system so that you can live in a state of parasympathetic dominance, so you don't have to go through life coping. You can actually live from a place of relaxation and freedom, and it's just much better for your body, much better for your nervous system, and an overall healthy approach to living. So if you care to watch my masterclass below, check it out. I explain a lot about the nervous system, and I think it'll make a lot of sense if you give it a listen. Bye.